Hi everyone, and welcome to my little weekly video. Last week I did a video, but I did it on my Emotion in Motion, We Can All Be a Force for Good Facebook page. And if you'd like to go and have a look at it, you'll get a little bit of a history of where I come from when I speak to you at this level. So how am I going to help you become more successful? It's quite a long and involved process, and yet it's so simple. Because I believe in every single one of you. My own journey has taken me into a place of where I get to understand the level of transformation that's actually possible within every single one of us. So if you find yourself that you might be the kind of person who may be comparing yourself to other people, competing with other people, competing in the industry, and you maybe haven't yet quite found your niche, it might be that you have not yet accessed what your soul purpose is. And when I say soul purpose, I'm pointing to the heart, because this is where we believe the soul comes and lives. Some people believes it lives in your pineal gland in your brain. You can believe whatever you want to. Give it the label that you would like to give it its home wherever you would like to use it. So developing your personal relationship with yourself takes emotional intelligence to the nth degree. So it's not just an awareness on a surface level, it's actually a level that is very deep within yourself and takes quite a lot of commitment to wanting to be the best version of you. And that is where your intellectual property really lives. So it's not doing what everybody else wants you to do, it's doing what you are here to do. That's if you require a life filled with purpose. So when you look at the products that I've got available for clients, I've got a 2-hour event, fun event, get into your body, have a little bit of fun, and bond with like-minded people in a totally different way, in a way that is regal and noble and authentic in its absolute nth degree. Then we've got a one-day retreat where you step into different processes to find out who you really are and to find your niche. And that is where the beauty comes. That is where you get to know who you really are. And that is a beautiful one-day retreat. And then, of course, we've got the 3 nights away at a private game farm in South Africa, and there are a couple of resorts worldwide that I use, which are going to be marketed to you a little bit later on in this month. But when we are in that space of being totally truthful and honest to ourselves, you are open to a lot more. The scarcity mentality of doing this and not wanting to share and not being able to look at other people and be happy for them, be proud of what everybody else has got to offer, that's a scarcity mentality. If you are able to wholeheartedly, and I don't just mean pay lip service, I mean wholeheartedly feel the joy that every single other person is going through and be happy for them, then you're not yet out of that scarcity mentality. And that mentality gives you an opportunity to step into a new place of absolute abundance, because abundance is here. When it starts happening here, that's when it starts happening in your world. So it's a belief in yourself and your intellectual property that lives in your self-worth. You can only really find when you take time out to sit in it and to get to know it. So whenever you're looking at getting to know who you really are, if you're really trying to find that, searching for something which is, it's almost not tangible, and yet you'll know it when you get it. It takes emotional intelligence to a whole new depth of heart. And when you get into the space of where you actually get to know who you really are, and that I see with many people is exquisite. It is where you are at your most beautiful. It is where you are at your most powerful. And it takes a lot of courage to step into those vulnerable spaces. So we know that when we're doing any business online and we're sharing with what's possible for everybody else, the way I would help you be successful, more successful, is to personal profile you and getting to know exactly who you are, find your light and your dark, because we've all got it inside of us, and how they work together in a neutral-minded space in a way that grows your gifts and makes you absolutely unique. And no one can compete with that. As a matter of fact, you can't even compete with yourself in that space. This space here is all of you. So most people go into a meeting and they just take their head, get onto a stage and they just take their head. But taking your whole body takes a certain kind of charisma that comes with passion from within. And that's the space we work at. That's the space where we find what is unique, your gifts that are unique to you. And that's where we use our coaching to transform it into something which is a beautiful business model. So you can decide. You can do a couple of hours, get to know how you can get into a totally different mind space. Think out the box, allow the neural pathways to change, create that innovative way, and it's so much fun. Or you could spend a day in introspection and bonding in a community. And by the way, this is the space. Look how beautiful this all is out here. Retreat space for a select group of people. I don't like to take more than 8 people at a time, anything between 4 and 8 people. That gives you a lot of one-on-one time, and you know what happens on retreat stays on retreat. So if you are looking to find out who you really are, if you really are looking for transformation in your life, and you want to know more about it, you really want to take yourself onto a journey within. Find a modality that works for you, that takes you within, to the place that you possibly fear, the place that you maybe have never thought to go before. That is where wholeheartedness lives. That is where holistic life lives. That is where you become all of who you are meant to be. And if you looked at my video on Emotions Facebook page from a week ago, Emotion, we can all be a force for good, you'll get to know my relationship, my love-hate relationship that I was forced to undergo in getting to know, shall we say, the darker side of who I am. And with all the suicides that are happening in the world at the moment, it's very relevant. So I hope it makes a difference for you if you watch it. Look forward to hearing from you. Have an awesome, awesome afternoon. And don't forget, if you like what you've just heard and you'd like to know more, I want you to be the most successful you can be. I want you to be the best version of you. And I know you've each got it inside of you. Never, ever doubt it. And never, ever stop looking for it.